appreciate the result for once, man.
Yeah, I mean, because the process was right. I mean, that was, we knew we started the game off well, but we just couldn't get field position. I mean, every time we started, we were inside our own 20-yard line. I think we only had 17 plays in the first half. I mean, we had a good drive, then we're moving the drive, and we had that, I think we were trying to hurry up and get a playoff, and the one time the guy pulls a hamstring. Fisher pulls a hamstring, get delayed. I didn't know if that was a catch or not. I was going to hurry up and run a play. And then had 2 and out. That was it. And then the second half, Pryor come out, got a drive. The first one hit a big play. Rodney Smith made some real big plays. And then their front's dominant. And we knew it coming in, and we knew it was going to be tough. And we knew there were some mismatches up there that we were going to have to try to fight through. And we just scratched and clawed and figured out a way. Got the option going, got some things going outside. And then nickel and dime, got a couple quarterback runs, and nickel and dime their way through. We knew it was going to be a very tough game.
Obviously, after last week with what happened with Dustin, just how happy are you for him?
I told him, the good Lord has a plan for all of us, and he was just testing us, testing everybody. I mean, with those losses we had, and seeing if we would change our core values and principles and go away from what we believed in, and we weren't. We practiced the same, we did the same, we did everything the same. We didn't change a thing, and because we knew we were so close. And now we got to fix some problems. And then, like I said, just last week when we didn't make those 2 plays, we still have some issues on this team. Just because we made that one doesn't mean those go away. We still got to fix some issues and fix some problems. But the one problem we don't have is competing. Our kids will compete, and they won't quit, and they'll battle, and they'll fight, and they'll scratch, and they'll claw, and I'm proud as heck of that.
Jimbo, when did you make the decision on EJ?
I was leaning toward the end of the week because I realized that Christian wasn't going to get enough reps. And if he was, he went out and threw the ball very well. He could have, but one more pop on that thing and how fragile it went and how late it went in the week. I mean, you're talking about the rest of the year. You're talking about Senior Bowl. You're talking about draft status. You're talking about, and then how effective could he? I mean, he could have went out there and played, but that was the one time I thought would have been totally unfair to him. Is that to do that?
Can you just talk about what EJ did, especially late, the 85-yard drive that he capped off with a touchdown, and then to get you guys in position in less than a minute with 1 timeout?
Well, we've been doing that for 2 weeks. We've done that 2 weeks in a row. That's 3 weeks in a row. But we work on those situations a lot. But EJ was phenomenal in the game as far as he had some things in the game. He missed a signal or two, and he was a little nervous at times. But his legs and his athleticism, and then he settled down and made some throws and hit the deep, a couple of deep. But Rodney Smith made 2 really big time catches and going up over guys and making plays. And good to see him emerge. And because Willie got banged up and got hurt, dadgummit. Get one going and the other, and then he gets hurt. But I was proud of the way EJ competed in the game. He never lost his poise, never lost his composure. And I've said this all along. As a character and as a competitor, he is a carbon copy of Seven. I mean, he really is. And they have a lot of the same core values and principles, and they compete the same way. They're both the same type of kids, and we're very lucky to have both of them.
Xavier had a big fourth quarter.
Yes, he did. He had an interception. And like he told me in Heller, he apologized. He said, I had one that could put the game away. He had one for 6 going back the other way. They let it get out of his hands. But, that size and power he has and that, and the ability to get up on those receivers and still be quick with his size. I've said this. He's going to be a special player and for a long time.
Can you talk about when you called timeout with like 18, 19 seconds left? I think a lot of us just figured you were playing for overtime. Talk about the...
Well, we got back, and I didn't want to... If I threw one there and had a timeout, and the throw after... kind of that craziness, I wanted to get us back and try to pop a run. I wanted to try to pop a run, maybe think pass, and if we could get up there and then clock it and get down. But we saw that they were bracketing the inside 2 guys, and they weren't playing over the top of one outside. And they made the call up top, so I said, well, there's no chance of a pick. Because you got to be careful down there now. It's like it in the first half. Everybody wants you to go for it. Well, 18 seconds, and then and you don't even run the ball because you could fumble it. You know what I mean? And right there, you got to be careful because a pick right there, or a turnover could give them 3 points going the other direction. And but we knew that they bracketed inside and left us one-on-one outside. So we went outside and knew it was a safe throw and told EJ, I said, inside, unless it's wide open, we're staying outside. Take a shot right here and see what happens. We got the penalty, and we went up and we went right into what we do we do that drill every week. 15 seconds, no timeouts, we're at midfield. Right. And we call a play and we hit it and run up and clock it and then either throw the next play. The one I was disappointed in, we should have slid the protection and could have cut the guy coming off the edge. We should have got the out, but the guy coming off the edge had both hands up, so we hit that out and get about 8 more yards. And if he goes to catch it and they're inbounds, we tell him to knock it down. You know what I mean? And we work that drill every Thursday, and our kids execute it perfectly. And we got in position to have Dustin hit one. I think it'd been good from another 10 or 15 yards.
Did you say anything to him before you went out there?
Yep. Dustin? Yes, I said, the good Lord has a plan for all of us. He put us in this position. I said, now trust the process. Remember, don't worry about making the kick. I ain't worried about making the kick. Trust the process. Trust your fundamentals and kick it. And don't try to overkick it. Don't try to just kick it. You know, like you do fundamentally, and trust your process of what you do every day. That's exactly what it said.
Still, feels pretty good to win one of these, huh?
Oh, there's no. Let me tell you something. Now, there's no that joy. There's that last 2 weeks is as tough a feeling as you got in the locker room, and that one there is as good as that. That's why you play the games, to have those moments. And we still got a lot of things to fix. But the thing I'm proud of, our kids didn't finger point the last 2 weeks. They didn't blame. They didn't push. They come back and they worked hard. I said it all week. They competed. And we got issues we got to fix, but they competed. They practiced, and they stayed true to themselves and to each other and to the organization. And I cannot be. I said this. Our team has character, and I'm proud of it.
But at some point, you need a payoff, right? I mean,
You do. I mean, they got to see the reward of it. But you know, the Lord has, like I say, He has a plan for us, and He tested us, and you know, hopefully He won't test us no more. But you know, but as long as you play this game, He'll test you.
What's Christian's status going forward?
He should be good. I think he'll be ready to go next week and be full practice and go. We'll have both of them ready to go, and he should be ready to roll. And like I said, he could have played today in an emergency situation, but.
Did he lobby you at all today? Or
no, he did. I mean, he came up and he said, "VJ," and he was right there. He gave me ideas during the game. We were talking ideas and between time, series, and he was in the game and helping, being very supportive of it, and reminded me of things EJ liked. I mean, they talk a lot. So he said, "Remember, he likes this. He likes this." You know what I mean? And things he does, and it was being right there, being for EJ as much as EJ is for him, same way.
It seemed like you had a pretty good rapport with Smith. I mean, have you seen that develop?
I'm sorry?
With Rodney Smith, EJ and Rodney, it seemed like that.
Well, I think we did, but we kind of that's where we were going this week a little bit. We worked that pretty good. Today they did, and but Rodney started to play a lot better here the last 2 or 3 weeks, and is really consistently doing some things, and was very proud of him. But they had a good one today.
It could have been a huge hole into that first half. I mean, getting down only 7, that had been huge.
That's what I told them at halftime. We went in and they played as well as they could play. I mean, they played extremely well, and we didn't play very well. But that had a lot to do with them. We're down 7 points. You're down 1 play. So, I mean, that's a positive. I mean, I've taken all that. You're right back in the game, right there, and that's compete. We're able to come down and get the big play and get points off the board and just keep scratching and clawing and fighting. And, that's, leaving. We hung in there and scratched and clawed. And that's the way you got to win.
You leaned a lot in that little zone where you'd option with EJ in the second half. Is it just something you saw that was going to work?
Well, we did. It was really a speed option. We went to a lot of speed option stuff is what we went to. And we were checking them both ways and getting crack. And because inside, man, them 2 inside guys,